What's up, guys, and welcome to Brian's brand new All Vlogs channel, where you will get the best daily vlogs on YouTube, guaranteed. No, I'm just playing with you. That would be awful. I don't generally do vlog style content, so this is a little bit of a change of pace for me. As you can see, we are also in kind of a change of pace location. We're in my kitchen, in fact. But there's a good reason for that, which I will explain in a minute. But what I wanted to do is put out a really quick video for you guys because I need your input. I need your help, and I hope that you have some suggestions for me on a video that's going to be coming up on the channel pretty soon. So a couple weeks ago when I was doing a live stream, I actually think it was my 100,000 subscriber live stream, I got to talking with some of the chat about the kind of content that performs really well on my channel and the kind of content that I like to make. And it kind of circled back towards the two most viewed videos that I have on my channel at all have to do with older hardware, kind of retro hardware. The 8800 GTX actually featured very prominently in both of those videos, a video card from 2007. So it kind of got me thinking that I really do enjoy doing these kinds of videos, looking back, seeing where we came from, seeing the products that were the best, 10, 12, 15 years ago. But doing content based on that kind of hardware where all you do is benchmark it and then throw up a bunch of bar graphs on the screen for you guys to look at, that can get pretty boring and tedious. It's not going to compare with modern high-end hardware. It's not going to be able to run the newest games very well. So I was trying to come up with an interesting way to approach doing content around some older, classic kind of hardware. Out of my initial batch of ideas, the one that excited me the most is that I wanted to try to do some content focused on Intel's very first i7 processor, the i7-870. Now, the i7-870 is actually the very first i7. It kicked off the entire i3, i5, i7, now i9 naming convention, product segment, I guess, from Intel. It's kind of driven their business model since 2009 when it was released. But again, I didn't just want to do like, let's test out an i7-870 because that's pretty boring. Nobody wants to see that. It's going to suck compared to even like a modern Pentium or something like that. But what kind of content could we make that would make looking at that chip at least moderately interesting for my audience? So I went on eBay, I picked myself up an i7-870. This is actually Intel Confidential i7-870, so this was either a media sample or something that was given to board partners to help develop their motherboards. But I bought this off eBay. I hope it's working and legit. I haven't actually tested it yet. Just came in the other day. Because I did not have a motherboard to use it with, but we will get to that in just a second. But I didn't just want to use the i7-870. I wanted to use other hardware from that era. So this is what I came up with. So here we have our i7-870 Intel Confidential right there. Again, hopefully it works. We don't know yet, but we're gonna have some faith in humanity and assume that the eBay seller is not completely full of shit. So let's cross our fingers on that one. I also picked up a kit of Crucial Ballistics DDR3. This is just their 1333 speed kit. It's nothing special. I have had this exact kit in the past, and I actually have some more of it downstairs. But this is what we're going to be using with our 870. Oh, sorry, guy. Sorry, that's better. All right. But we're going to be pairing all this with this guy. This is one of the more exciting, at least to me, parts of this project, this little mini project that I'm going to be doing. As you can see, this is from before AMD bought ATI. So this is the ATI Radeon HD 5970. It is actually, it's the longest graphics card that I have ever worked with. It's obviously longer than one DIMM. It is longer than two DIMMs. And there is a very good reason that it is this size, and that's because there are two GPUs on here. So at the time this was released, I don't remember the exact date. This was either 2009 or 2010. But this was the fastest single card GPU on the market. The individual GPUs back here were not the fastest. NVIDIA had faster chips. I think this was the NVIDIA 200 or 400 series, the time of those cards. I forget exactly which one it was. But these were not the fastest GPUs, but when you put two of them together, this was the fastest single card solution you could find on the market, and it was a beast. Obviously, well, let's see if we can see here, HT5970 right in that barcode, if you guys can see that. I was very happy to be able to find one of these in such good condition. I was kind of skeptical that I was going to be able to, but I have, I got this, I tested it out. Check out those sexy DVI ports. That's technology at its finest right there. Anyway, so I got this for a really good deal on eBay again, and it is working. I tested it, and everything appears to be in working order, and again, in good shape, pretty clean. I did clean it up just a little bit once I got it, but overall, really happy with this. But now, what are we going to put all this in? What motherboard are we going to use? Well, the motherboard is somewhere else entirely. That's right. It's in the dishwasher. Why is it in the dishwasher? When it arrived, as an awful YouTuber, I forgot to take photos or video of it, but it was absolutely filthy. It was disgusting to the point where I didn't really want to even try to clean it with conventional means. I tried some compressed air. It did almost nothing. I can't even imagine what kind of system this was sitting in when I got it, before I got it, because it was just gross. So here's a little green light. The cycle just finished a few minutes ago. For those of you guys who are saying, why is your motherboard in the dishwasher? It's actually fine to do as long as you're not using any superheated drying cycle or soap or anything like that. Water inherently does not cause problems to electronics unless there's actually current running through the motherboard, let's say. And then obviously you could have a short or something like that. But water on the motherboard when it is not powered up is actually fine. There's no problem with doing that at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out of here. We're going to see how it looks, and then I guess we'll let it dry. All right. There she is. That's a little steamy in here. All right. Let's take a look at the back first. Let's see if we get this in some better light. That nice poop brown PCB. Love it. These little adhesive pads here, these things here, these were actually used to hold on the cooler. I got a Intel stock cooler with this board, and this is like double-sided foam tape that was used to hold the back plate on. And I mean, obviously I'll take these pieces off, but so far this actually looks way better. Let's see how the front looks. It is, well, it's certainly wet. Hold on. Yeah, so there's still a lot of water. I left it in there. It had soaked in the dishwasher for a while, and I was trying to let it dry a little bit before I took it out. But there she is. This is an Asus P7 P550D Pro. This is a P55 chipset motherboard. Here we go. There's some water dripping off of here. This is a P55 chipset motherboard, and it should be perfect for our i7. The guy who I bought this from actually sent over a CPU. This is, hold on. This is an i5, I'm trying to get that on camera. It's an i5 750. And it came with, like this, like I said, this and the Intel stock cooler from that time period, which is just gross. So here is our motherboard, and it came out looking pretty good, although clearly we're still dripping. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this right here. and my wife is gonna love it when she comes home and she sees a motherboard in the dish tray because there's not enough computer parts in the rest of the house. So here's my dilemma, guys. I have these really cool parts that are 10-ish years old, and I want to do something with them. I want to do a project, but not a huge project. I want to do a build with them. But I don't want to just throw this stuff onto a test bench and run some numbers. I want to do like a new meets old style build where we use current power supply, current case fans, current CPU cooler, and then the older hardware, the motherboard, CPU, memory, and graphics card, and put together like a full system that will stay together for some time, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it after that. But what I want you guys to do and to help me out with is, what kind of a system should I build? What case should I use? What fan should I use? What kind of configuration? Should I use RGB or not? I mean, obviously that is the question of the moment here, because there was no RGB anything when the i7-870 was released, 9 years ago, or whatever it was. So does it deserve the RGB treatment? Let me know. I want to know what you guys think, and leave a comment down below. Let me know how I should build this, what I should test it on. Should I test it with games from 10 years ago? Should I test it with current titles? Leave some suggestions for that as well, what you want to see me do with it, because I want to make this as interactive and as appealing to my core audience as I possibly can, because I think that this kind of technology and these kinds of videos are super cool and super fun to make. I always have such a good time when I do them. So I want you guys to help and experience the same kind of thing with me while I'm doing it. So leave a comment down below. How should I build this? What kind of case should I use? What kind of fans, power supply, anything else? What should I put in this build? Coming up on the channel hopefully pretty soon. So that's it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed it a little bit. I know it was a little weird being up in my kitchen as opposed to being downstairs in my office, but thanks for watching anyway. Get subscribed if you're not already, and I will see you next time.